Hey there, this is Elena with Black Sheep 303 Creative, and my project today is a Christmas Snowflakes card using Elizabeth Craft Designs products. I'm really happy with how it came out, not my usual snowflake color palette. So to start off with, I have a piece of 6x6 double-sided adhesive sheet, and a piece of 85-pound white soft finish cardstock that I've cut down to 5 by 5 inches. And I'm adhering it down sort of front side up, or like down, face down onto the glue, the adhesive, because I'm going to be covering the front with that true red silk microfine glitter that's over there on the right. So I'm going to just trim this out very carefully because I wanted it to be exactly the 5 by 5 square, because I know it's going to be my background. And now I'm just peeling back the backing and basically covering it with the true red glitter. Really pretty easy, no fancy technique here involved at all. Just be careful not to stick your fingers onto the adhesive, because that can kind of mess up the glue. But otherwise, super easy, just cover it. And then once you have, like, say, half covered, it's a good idea to start burnishing it down. So burnishing is just rubbing it with your finger to bring up the shine on the glitter. And I'm not doing any kind of fancy technique. It's kind of like a back and forth, and then like I do like a circular technique. But hopefully you can see the difference maybe between the side that has been burnished and the side that hasn't. The side that wasn't until now was a little bit duller. So burnishing brings out the shine. Now my greeting on this is Baby It's Cold Outside from the Christmas Collection clear stamp set. And I'm going to be stamping this in VersaMark ink onto some olive twist soft finish cardstock, and then I'm going to be heat embossing it in white to kind of go with my white snowflakes, and also so it will show up nicely on this piece of green cardstock. And this is some white detail embossing powder that I'm using, which picks up words very nicely. And then my Ranger heat tool that I really love to heat emboss this and get it all nice and shiny. So here are my components. So my big snowflakes are from the newer Ornate Snowflakes die set, and then the two smaller ones are from an older die set just called Snowflakes. Now that may be discontinued, I'm not sure. I was not able to find it on the Elizabeth Craft Designs website, so I'm not sure, but I did find it elsewhere. Now that pattern paper was from the Moda Scrap It's Time for Christmas 6x6 stamp set, or paper pad. And then the card base is a 5.5 by 5.5 inch card base cut from 100-pound white soft finish cardstock. Now these two newer snowflakes have these fun 3-dimensional bits on them, like as part of the design. So you can pull those up to add a little bit of extra dimension to the snowflakes. And I just think it's so pretty. I mean, they're super lacy and delicate anyway, but that little 3D element just gives it another layer. Now, of course, I can't leave well enough alone as far as sparkle on snowflakes, so I had to grab my Spectrum Noir clear sparkle marker, and I'm sparkling up the 3D elements on these snowflakes, and then on this one, I'm connecting the like lines that connect the 3D elements. I'm covering those in the sparkle marker as well, because I wanted a little bit of shimmer and shine on these snowflakes. I didn't want to cover the whole thing in sparkle because I think with the glitter background that might be too much, but a little bit here and there seemed like a good idea. So I did the center and these small crystals on the sort of medium size, and then the center, and then the little tiny circles on the outside of this small snowflake. Now you can see I have trimmed out my greeting up there on the upper right. Oh, and there's some good, hopefully some good look at the sparkle I've added to those snowflakes. I did a like loose fussy cut on that greeting, but I will actually trim that down a little bit. And now this is the plaid paper, and I'm adhering it to the front of the card base using 10mm double-sided adhesive tape. So the card base is 5.5 by 5.5, and so is the piece of plaid paper. I do have to trim off a tiny bit where I was off a little bit. And then this is the glitter paper that I'm going to adhere down with the 6mm double-sided adhesive tape. Could have used the 10mm too. I just wanted to use my 6mm. Plus I'm running out of 10mm, so I didn't want to use it all up. So I'm going to just stick this down right in the center of my green mat And that's kind of creating my backdrop for my snowflakes. And now I'm going to just figure out how to place my snowflakes. Now I had an idea ahead of time of how I wanted to do this, but now I'm just sort of checking out spacing. And this is when I decide that border on the grating is just too fat. So I do trim it down probably by about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. So there you see it's skinnier. And now I'm going to take my Zig 2A glue pen and use it to adhere down all the snowflakes. The Zig sticks very nicely on top of that glitter, no problem at all. And then I'm going to use some 3mm double-sided adhesive tape for the grating, along with a little bit of Zig here and there in any area that I couldn't really get the tape into easily, sort of kind of those curvy ends. And that adheres really nicely down to the glitter as well. I don't know if it's because the glitter is so fine that it's easy to adhere things down, but I have never had any problems adhering things to this glitter, so that's always good. And then of course I can't leave well enough alone, gotta have more sparkle. So I grabbed some sequins, some silver sequins, and I'm adhering those down now with some Ranger Multimedia Matte liquid glue to the front of the card as well. Because I just got to have some sequins on my Christmas cards. I don't think you can get away from that, can you? I mean, I don't know. At least I can't. And now I'm just pulling up those 3D elements once again, just a little bit. So there's a tiny bit of dimension. And then I'm going to just trim off all the pieces of the snowflakes that are overhanging the edges. So if you do duplicate this card, you will want to make sure that you get those edges adhered down really well to the sides before you trim them off, so that nothing falls off or comes away from the backing. And that is the completed project. And look at how fun and sparkly it is. And I don't normally make red and green cards with snowflakes. I usually do like blues and whites and maybe a little purple or metallics. But I was really happy with how this came out. I thought it was very, very pretty, and pretty for Christmas. And you could very easily just change the color palette over to blues and whites and silvers or whatever for a Hanukkah card or for just a winter card. So thanks so much for watching. I hope I inspired you a little bit. Here are 2 more videos, Christmas cards that I've done in the past. Supplies are linked in the video description and over on my blog. If you liked the video, I would sure appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up. And hey, leave me a comment because I like to hear from you. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would love it even more if you do that. Thanks so much. Have a great day.